Please help me back and nothing new. Please don't be shy. I know that you feel like me too.
Today on this gasoline alley, we're doing kind of like a worthless mod. Let's be honest, but what we're actually going to be doing is we're installing this Mountune intake charge pipe. These things with a filter, they actually go for about 365 bucks. Now that's kind of crazy for a part that's likely going to make no difference on how my Focus ST actually runs. But it does look cool. I think it'll be a nice upgrade. And since I already have a green filter, I didn't actually need to buy the full kit from Mountune. So instead, I bought this used, 107 bucks shipped. Hard to argue with. Well, let's get it installed, and I'll let you know what I think. This is the Mountune intake charge pipe, and it's really just replacing this kind of thin plastic pipe. So to be able to get this installed, it's going to be pretty simple here. So all we're going to need to do with a couple firm pulls is actually pull our ST valve cover off. We can put that aside. And then with our tools, we're going to be able to go over here, and you'll see there's going to be this nut that we need to take off. That's going to be a 7/16. So you can go ahead, unscrew that. That's going to come right out. And then we're faced with these two clamps. We've got one that's going to go to the charge pipe that goes around down to our turbo. So we can go ahead and unscrew that here. And so that'll come loose. And now our other clamp is actually going to be right down here. It was easier to take the battery box off, and we'll just go ahead, lefty-loosey, get that opened up. So now at this point, get that pulled out, and then we can pull the other side off. Now with that opened up, you can actually see this is your cam-driven high-pressure fuel pump. You can see the intake charge pipe, and then the intake pipe coming off the intake box, and then your elbow that's going to bring it down to the turbo. But let's look at just how different these two are. So if you can actually see from the side, obviously the Mountune is quite a bit larger in diameter. So if we look through this, that gets pretty tight in there, pretty narrow. And the Mountune version is really open and wide. So hopefully this Mountune intake should actually flow a little bit better, and I'm also hopeful that it might make the intake sound a little nicer too. We'll have to find that out. Now, before we can go ahead and cross these over, I gotta pop our little rubber grommet out. So to do this, you can actually just slide up. The metal portion will come out, and then now it's gonna be pretty easy to basically pull that rubber portion out. Go ahead, take that to the new Mountune part. And with that same fashion, we should be able to squeeze this right into place. So we now have that grommet installed on our new intake charge pipe. So let's go ahead and slide this pipe into the car. We'll start with kind of the ovalized portion there. Slide into place. There we go. We got this tightened up, or we got this lined up. So let's go ahead, tighten down our intake charge pipe here. With that nice and tight, we can slide through our bolt. Just screw down on the center bolt. This is what's going to help keep everything lined up here. And then finally, we've got our band clamp that snugs the hose up to the other side of the intake. Then we've got our ST cover, which gets placed right back on. And now we're all installed. So I've just finished taking the car for its first test drive with the Mountune intake. I'm actually surprised. I didn't expect any difference at all, and it does sound a little bit deeper. The noise from the intake seems to be a little deeper. You can almost hear some of the turbo whistle, kind of as you're accelerating, a little bit more of that induction noise. Now, of course, there's no notable difference between how it was before and now as far as speed or anything like that. I don't think there's any difference. But it does sound a little bit different, so take a listen. It's got a little bit deeper note. So overall, I'm happy I did this. You know, I think if I spent the $365 on this mod, I'd be a little disappointed, but I'm glad somebody took the depreciation before me, and overall, it's not too bad. So go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. That way you can see more videos like this into the future. Go ahead and also click the like button if you enjoyed the video, and let me know what you think down in the comments below.